Hello, I welcome you all to our next session. Okay, so up till now we have completed ancient India up till the post-Mauryan period, or we have completed the dark age of the post-Mauryan period. Okay, now after that we have also seen what were the impacts of Central Asian contacts with the Indian subcontinent. We have also seen what are the positives and the negatives impact on all of our socio-economic culture. And from here we will begin with our golden age, that is Gupta period or the Gupta age. Okay, so here you will see the progress, here you will see the economical the economical stability at its peak. Okay, so let us start with our golden age, or that is golden period of Indian history. But before that, as it's our every time rule that we should revise each of the event again so that we can build our future discussions very strongly. Okay, so let us start. First, I have talked about the Stone Age period, where we have discussed around the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic and Chalcolithic age. Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic and Chalcolithic age. After that, we have seen the initiation of the Vedic age and the later Vedic age. After later Vedic age, we have seen the emergence of Mahajanapadas. And among this Mahajanapadas, the Magad was one of the strongest state, and within that Magad, the Mauryan dynasty came to be as one of the strongest dynasty. Mauryan dynasty from the Magad Empire came to be known as the strongest dynasty. After this Magad Empire, we have also seen what were the post-Mauryan phase. What were the post-Mauryan phases? In the phase 1, we have seen how political disintegration took place within the Indian subcontinent. Political fragmentation or disintegration took place within Indian region. And in the phase 2, we saw what were the impacts of Central Asian relations or Central Asian invasions as well as relations. Invasions and relations, both. There were positive impacts of the Central Asian relations, but also there were some of the negative impacts with respect to the political disintegration due to the Central Asian invasion in Indian land. Okay, so let's proceed further with our golden age, but before that, let us see the significance of the topic. Now there are again a number of questions that UPSC is being asking around this topic, okay, the Gupta period or the golden age. But here we would be diving deep so that we can know each and every aspect with respect to this Gupta period. So in 2021 preliminary examination, the question was being asked, from the decline of the Gupta until the rise of Harshvardhana in the early 7th century, which of the following kingdoms were holding the power in the northern India? So see, in the Mauryan period, we had discussed about the empires and the dynasties present in those empires. Okay, but here you also need to know the chronology, the geographical locations which are necessary to answer such questions. Okay, so with respect to the Mauryan and post-Mauryan, we have completed each and every aspect. Okay, but regarding the Gupta period, we would be going slowly in depth. Okay, so here the first option was the Guptas of Magadha, Parmaras of Malwa, Pushyabhutis of Thanesar, Mokris of the Kannauj, Yadavas of Devgiri, and Matrakas of Vallabhi. Now it might be seeming like it's completely out of the world. I don't know anything about this, ma'am, so don't worry. We are going to dive in this history, but before that, let's talk about some of the source content, the initial content of the Gupta period. Okay, so never mind if you even don't know the answer of this. Okay, actually the answer is B, 1, 3, 4 and C. Okay, now which of the following phrases defines the nature of hundi? The nature of hundi. See, again the key or the terminology has been asked. Okay, which of the following phrase defines the nature of the hundi, generally referred to the in source of post-Harsha period? So majorly the post-Gupta period is majorly asked. It doesn't mean that if the post-Gupta is asked, so madam, should we only do about the post-Gupta, and why do we need to do about the Gupta? Okay, so it's not the case. If you understand the Gupta period very well, you will understand the post-Gupta, because from the Gupta period also you will find the questions around the Kanishk or after the Kanishk period. Okay, so here the question is based on the concept or the terminologies that is related to this hundi. Okay, so here the answer is the bill of exchange. Okay, so let us move forward. Now, can you see this painting? Okay, now what does this painting depicts? Actually, it has been painted by the natural colors. Okay, see, here are the natural colors that are derived from the nature only itself. Okay, the green color which is being taken out from the leaves or from the forest. Okay, then the ash color. Okay, blue indigo color. So all these are the natural colors, and still these colors are standing very evident on these stones, on these walls or on these caves. If you have visited Ajanta and Ellora caves, if you have visited the inscriptions in Delhi also, okay, if you know about the iron inscription, okay, so there the information is written. But if you see the paintings of those period, you can see how accurately they have painted, how shades they have presented to the human figures, the animals and the palaces. Okay, so here we come to know that these people had a good idea about the colors, about about the body structures, about the palaces, the geometrical figures, okay, everything, and all the minute details were being covered in this painting. If you see, here are some of the flowers, some of the butterflies, okay, animals, okay, see here horse, okay, so everything is being present in this painting. Secondly, if you can see, this is the king, okay, and surrounding king there are the workers or the employees or dasis or the slaves who are adjoining in any kind of activity. Okay, so this is evident from this painting is evident from the Gupta period. Okay, so it tells us what was the present condition of that time. Okay, you can see the ornaments are very wood. Okay, see, every of the human figure is wearing the ornaments. Okay, every of the palace details are carved details are very rich in features. Okay, so here you can analyze that the condition was very good, the economical condition was very good. Secondly, the population is also emerging at a wider pace. Okay, so this tells us about the Gupta period. Okay, after this, let us start with the mapping again. Okay, now this is from the 240 AD or 240 CE. Okay, so here after the post-Mauryan period, okay, after the post-Mauryan period, we see that there is an emergence of the Gupta Empire. Okay, so the Gupta Empire will of course start from the Magad itself, and it will go up till the northwest India. Okay, and if you see the same Gupta Empire during 375 AD, or even after that, okay, like till the initial phase of the 6th century. Okay, so the Gupta Empire again shredded. Okay, so here you will see the beginning of the Vakatakas, okay, western satraps. Now what are the satraps? I have explained in the previous session. If you have not gone through the previous session, I would request you to please revisit it. Okay, so the western satraps, Vakatakas, okay, Pallavas, okay, and again Kalinga. So see the Gupta period, okay, Gupta period in 375 AD went up till the South India near the Kanchipuram. Okay, so again here in the Gupta period also the significance of the eastern coast would be focused. Okay, like for example, since the Mauryan period, the Ashoka also concentrated upon the Kalinga region. Okay, in the post-Mauryan period also we'll see that the Kalinga region would be getting prominence again on the eastern coast, and same again in the Gupta period also they would be trying to dominate the trades and the communication through the eastern coast. Okay, so this is evident in the modern history also, and this is evident in the ancient and medieval history also. Okay, so whichever power would be coming on the Indian subcontinent, they would be firstly trying to have a hold on the economy. Why? Because the climate is diverse, the geographical diversity. Okay, secondly the region is tropical, that is why it is yielding much more productivity, and this productivity needs to be sold in some market. Okay, and that is why you will find that all these external players would be concentrating upon the port regions. Like for example, in the post-Mauryan period we saw that here were the Satavahanas, and they were more stronger as compared to others in the South India or in the after the Deccan region. Okay, and same comes in the view of the Vakatakas also. Okay, now see all those regions, all those dynasties which are residing over here, okay, beyond in the present Pakistan, so they would be quite weaker in the productivity, quite weaker in the revenue generation, except only some productions. Okay, like for example in modern India, okay, this part of the land used to have jute production, but jute production was also present in the eastern part of Indian subcontinent, right? So here at the western side, the regions are little a bit weaker with respect to the revenue collection, but when we take into consideration the part of this peninsular India, okay, these are quite richer in the revenue generation. Okay, and that is why you will see that whatever dynasties that would be evolving in the central or the Deccan region would be quite prosperous, and that is they would be having the strong economy, and eventually they would be also having the strong military and the trade connections also. Okay, now the second comes along the Ganga Valley plain. Okay, now this Ganga Valley plain ka dynasties are richer. Why? Because they are dwelled in the fertile region. Okay, they are very familiar with all the businesses and the agricultural productions. Why? Because they are dwelled in the very fertile zone of the Ganga river. Okay, so here the Guptas and the Vakatakas would be evolving as a stronger giants of that period. Okay, now in the Mauryan period we saw, or especially in the post-Mauryan period we saw the Magad dynasty and the Satvana dynasty. Okay, but in the Gupta it's Guptas and Vakatakas. Okay, so just have an idea who were the contemporaries of the major empires. When we talk about the Maurya, it is Satavahanas, or the post-Maurya especially, it is Satavahanas. But when we talk about the Gupta, those are Vakatakas. And here in the both of this time frame, okay, in both of these time frames, okay, the South India would be staying away from all this kind of politics or the economical fluctuations. Okay, so here the South India would be having its own culture, its own way of livelihood, its own political structure. Okay, and the other remain part of the India, especially the northern India, or the central and the northern India, would be having different political integration, and here it would be different. But at the south, it is completely different. And this is evident even today. If you see the Dravidian model, okay, now in present day, if you go through the newspaper, now the newspaper would be majorly talking upon Dravidian local governance system. So at present it is also followed in Tamil Nadu in the present date also. And if we take into the consideration of our states and the districts, we have third tier of governance, that is according to 73rd and 74th. Okay, but in Tamil Nadu presently also there are some of the districts where the Dravidian model is being still followed. Okay, so these differences were right from the ancient times, which are present even today. Okay, so just see the difference. The expansion of the Gupta Empire in the later period would be on the eastern coast, and in the early period it would be along the northwestern and the Himalayan region. Especially it would be conquering the Nepal region plus the Tibet region also. Okay, here it is Nepal and here it is Tibet. Okay, so Tibet and Nepal region, both it would be conquered. And secondly, after that, to concentrate on the trade, it would be also conquering the present Myanmar's land. Okay, while here we don't have this Myanmar land. Okay, so try to understand, in as and when the Gupta period becomes mature, it would be majorly concentrated upon the trade relation. Okay, the revenue generation would be majorly done through bringing the trade relations at a mature stage. Okay,